Ladies and gentlemen, it is your good brother, J News, back again with J News Japan, talking to you about night 3 of the New Japan Cup. Let's go through it. Let's review it. Let's see what happened. Let's see whose bracket got busted today. Alright, match number 1. We had an 8-man tag. It was members of Suzuki Gun, Douki, Kanemaru, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki versus the Young Lions, Gabriel Kidd, Yuya Uemura, Yota Tsuji, and the legend himself, Yuji Nagata. This particular match lasted about 10.5 minutes. Yuji Nagata and Minoru Suzuki went at it, still trying to go blow for blow, trying to see who would knock out who with their kicks and forearms and elbows to the face and things of that nature. I would have to say this: the only thing that I did take out of this match wasn't anything storyline wise. There was a I don't know if you want to call it a spot, but there was a part in the match where Yuya Uemura was in the ring. He was the legal man, and so was Minoru Suzuki. And Suzuki took it upon himself to hit Uemura with his one of his hard ass elbows to the clavicle area and stuff like that. Uemura at one point hit Suzuki back, and I guess he hit Suzuki back too hard, and I believe Uemura kicked him down or at some portion and stuff like that. Minoru Suzuki got right back up and open hand smacked the taste out of his mouth. Uemura started bleeding out of his mouth at that point. So I guess Suzuki cashed in his receipt at that point in time. You'd have to watch it just to see what happened there. It was, the vets still have control in New Japan. To give you the roundup here, the El Desperado got the win by hitting Pinche Loco on Yota Tsuji. Nothing else of note happened in this match. Match number 2, we have the New Japan Cup match versus Ryusuke Taguchi, and my pick to win the New Japan Cup, Sanada. This match went about 16 minutes long. Had some very light-hearted parts to the match, as usually Taguchi always lends his brand of comedy to matches and things of that nature. Sanada was able to par up with him in certain parts when it came to his comedic stylings. But all in all, it was a highly technical match. Very well worked. And Sanada did end up winning this match. As we all know, my pick, my guy, Sanada. Match number 3, we had one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Show of Roppongi 3K versus a member of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Shingo Takagi. This match here lasted about 17 or so minutes. All I have to say is that I was right about Show showing out in his last outing in that multi-man tag match to come in strong to this match, but I hadn't picked Show to win this match. SP3, yes, you know him as SP3, called Show winning this match, and that's what happened. Show won. Show got the pin over Shingo Takagi here with his shock arrow finisher. It was my favorite match of the night. Typical strong style match, hard hitting stuff. I hadn't seen Show hit anyone with harder lariats during a match than I had seen him hit Takagi with. And Takagi, the consummate professional, showing up and putting his 100% into this match. No one had the upper hand at all at any point during this match. A lot of very back and forth, evenly fought match, but Show won out. Match number 4, we had the present day legend himself, Kota Ibushi, versus the Brit, Zack Sabre Jr. from Suzuki Gun. This match lasted about 15 minutes or so. Very deliberately paced match. The match was mostly delivered on the mat, as per Zack Sabre Jr. style. Very submission-based match. Very slow-paced match. And that's what we saw throughout here. We did see Ibushi hit some of his cornerstone moves, his usual combo hands to kicks and also his patented standing moonsault. This match did deliver quite a little bit of a storyline after the fact. Zack Sabre Jr. worked over Ibushi's knee here, so Ibushi is picking up the knee gimmick, as I like to call it here, due to the fact of the result of the next match. So Ibushi is picking up the knee injury for the rest of the tournament. Ibushi won out. He delivered the Kamigoye to win this match over Zack Sabre Jr. Last match of the night, which was the most exhausting match of the night, and I say that in a very good way. I didn't know what to expect out of this match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Taichi Suzuki Gun. I had no idea what to expect, but this match went about 22 minutes long. A lot of back and forth. No one here either had the upper hand at any point during the duration when the match started. Before the match started, Taichi hit Tanahashi with a powerbomb off the second buckle when Tanahashi was there doing one of his entrance poses, and it took Tanahashi a little bit just to get up from that. So the match started with the heel having the upper hand, but Taichi was able to overcome that initial powerbomb and work through the rest of the match. Daoki, another member of Suzuki Gun, came out during the match in order to have Taichi's back. He worked as a distraction for the referee here and there, but he did not lend to the win in this match. Taichi, my pick to win this match, did win this match. And with Taichi winning this match with Black Mephisto, he goes on to the second round, as I stated before. So my bracket on this night three stays afloat here. So we have had a couple of bracket busting, I would say, upsets. Nagata show for a lot of people. Taichi here. So there's going to be a couple of different storylines here. Like I mentioned before, the reason as to why I said that Ibushi picked up the knee gimmick is because Tanahashi went into this match with the knee gimmick, and he ended up losing his match. So someone else had to go into the rest of the tournaments with some sort of an injury angle. Usually the way New Japan plays out their tournaments with certain talents. So that was night 3, y'all, of the New Japan Cup. Night 4 tomorrow on the 23rd. I'll be watching. I'll put up another review. I want to leave you guys with a couple of words just because of what's been going on in the wrestling industry the last couple of days. I won't get into any particulars. I won't detail anything, but if you're a wrestling fan, be it New Japan or anything else, you're more than aware of the Speak Out movement. It's been sitting heavy on me the last couple of days. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, 30 plus years now. And, you always hear the rumblings about certain things that happen between couples in the industry and things of that nature, or, things that come out of the locker room and make themselves to light. But with the Speak Out movement, there is just a lot of different allegations, be it male or female, at this point, that are being posted out there about a lot of different wrestlers across a lot of different promotions. And for me, it's just it upsets me as a wrestling fan. We as wrestling fans don't ever really get to necessarily meet a lot of these wrestlers and know them as people. But when we do, some of us more hardcore fans get to do the meet and greets and get to chat it up with certain guys, or with some of us who've been to WrestleMania weekend and have done the Wale Manias and stuff like that, and actually got to hang out and chill with some talent. And people sometimes, they rub you the right way or they rub you the wrong way, but you never know necessarily what happens with them in private. And all of these allegations that have been coming out since last Thursday, has been, it's just been heavy. And And I want to say and leave you guys with this. Same thing goes with everything that's happening, all the social unrest, all the protests and things of that nature. It goes all ways, guys. Do your best to be decent human beings. You know? I understand that life doesn't come easy for any of us. Believe it or not, none of us have it easy. Money, wealth, caste, to take it to that spectrum of cultural distinctiveness, or family lineage. No one's better than anyone because we all die anyways. Understand that. Be that your fact of life. So try your best to be decent human beings. Try your best to respect one another as human beings. Because we wouldn't be seeing the kind of crap that we're seeing in society today, be it all this speak out stuff within the wrestling industry, be it everything that's going on with police brutality and systemic racism and the civil unrest around the world. And taking it even to the pandemic, son. The pandemic don't see color, folks. The pandemic doesn't see creed. The pandemic doesn't see money. The pandemic doesn't see race from a pigment standpoint. You dig? So do your best to treat each other well, and do your best to be decent human beings. And that's all I gotta really say about that. All right, folks. I'll check y'all tomorrow with Night 4. This has been your good brother, Jay News, with another Jay News Japan episode of the New Japan Cup. As always, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Stay wrestling fans, y'all. Peace.